Have you ever laid in bed, completely worn out, but your eyes just wouldn't stay shut and your thoughts kept going in circles? You're not cold, you're not in pain, you're just awake, tired, and frustrated. You roll to your side, adjust the pillow, pull the blanket higher, count backwards from 100, but nothing works. You check the time, 12:48, 1:57, 3:68, and by morning you feel like you didn't sleep at all. If this sounds like you, you're not alone. Millions of people, especially those over 60, experience the same thing night after night, and for many it's become normal, something they just live with. But here's the truth. It's not normal. And more importantly, it's not your fault. You may have tried everything: chamomile tea, magnesium powder, warm baths, sleep apps, but nothing seems to quiet your mind or calm your body enough to truly rest. Because this isn't just about sleep. It's about stress. It's about hormones. It's about your body's internal rhythm, the one controlled by your adrenal glands. These tiny glands, located just above your kidneys, have a massive role in your life. They help you wake up in the morning. They help you stay focused during the day, and at night they're supposed to calm down so you can drift into sleep. But for many people, especially those living with chronic stress or fatigue, those adrenals get confused. Instead of winding down at night, they stay switched on. They keep pumping out cortisol, the stress hormone, long after the sun has set. And that's why your body feels wired, even when your mind is begging for sleep. It's called adrenal dysregulation, or what many people know as adrenal fatigue. And while it's not something that shows up easily in blood tests, you feel it. You feel it when you wake up more tired than when you went to bed, when you can't fall asleep, even though your body feels exhausted. When you wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. and stare at the ceiling for hours, when you feel foggy all morning and only perk up in the evening, when you crave caffeine, sugar, and anything to keep going. These are not signs of aging. These are not laziness. These are signals, whispers from your body saying, "I can't keep up like this." But here's the good news. You don't have to live like this forever. There is a way to restore balance, to calm the chaos inside, and to sleep deeply, naturally, peacefully again. Not with sleeping pills, not with Band-Aid solutions, but by addressing the root cause. In this video, we'll take a deep look at what's happening behind the scenes in your body and what you can do step by step to recover your energy, your calm, and your rest. If you've ever said, "I'm just tired all the time," or "Why can't I sleep like I used to?" then this might be the missing piece you've been searching for. Stay with us, because once you understand how your adrenals work, you'll understand how to finally fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. To understand why your sleep is broken, you first need to understand what's happening inside your body, and it all starts with two tiny glands sitting right above your kidneys, your adrenal glands. Most people don't give them much thought, but they play a massive role in how you feel every single day. These little powerhouses are responsible for helping your body respond to stress, maintain blood pressure, balance electrolytes, and most importantly for this video, regulate your sleep-wake cycle. One of the key hormones your adrenal glands produce is cortisol. You've probably heard it called the stress hormone, but what most people don't realize is that cortisol isn't just for emergencies, it's also tied directly to your body's circadian rhythm. In a healthy system, cortisol levels rise in the early morning. That's what helps you feel alert, ready to get out of bed and start your day. As the day goes on, those cortisol levels gradually decline, allowing your body to wind down, calm your nervous system, and prepare for sleep. It's a beautiful rhythm when it works. When your adrenals are out of sync, everything gets thrown off. Maybe you're still producing cortisol, but at the wrong times. Instead of rising in the morning and falling at night, it might stay high all day. Or worse, it might spike in the evening, keeping your brain active, your heart rate up, and your sleep just out of reach. Think about it. Have you ever felt tired all day long, dragging yourself through the afternoon, and then suddenly around 10 or 11 p.m. you feel awake, alert, almost energized? That's not your natural rhythm. That's cortisol being released at the wrong time. And when that happens, it becomes nearly impossible to fall asleep and even harder to stay asleep. This pattern, exhausted in the morning, wired at night, is one of the clearest signs of adrenal imbalance. Your body is confused. The signals between your brain and your adrenal glands are no longer working in harmony. And this confusion doesn't just affect your sleep. It impacts your mood, your memory, your digestion, your blood sugar, even your immune system. Because cortisol is involved in everything And here's the kicker, your adrenal glands don't just respond to physical stress, they respond to emotional stress, mental stress, financial stress, even stress from inflammation or poor diet. Every single time your body feels under pressure, your adrenals respond. They do their job. They keep you going, but they're not designed to be on all the time. Imagine your cortisol system like a dimmer switch. It's supposed to rise and fall, not stay stuck on full blast. But in modern life, where you're always rushing, always stimulated, always connected, your adrenals never get the message to slow down. Over time, that constant demand wears them out. And when they can't keep up, your whole body suffers. So if you're wondering why you can't sleep even though you're exhausted, why you wake up in the middle of the night for no reason, or why you feel jittery after a cup of coffee that never used to bother you, your adrenals may be to blame. The good news is, you're not broken, you're just out of rhythm. And in the next part of this video, we're going to look at the most common signs that your adrenals are struggling and how you can begin resetting the balance starting tonight. So, how do you know if your adrenals are out of balance? How can you tell if the real reason you're not sleeping isn't just age or overthinking, but a deeper issue happening inside your body? Let's look at the most common signs. Maybe you've noticed that even after 8 hours in bed, you wake up feeling just as tired as when you laid down. You open your eyes and instead of feeling refreshed, you feel heavy, like your body's battery didn't charge overnight. That's not normal. That's not aging. That's a sign of hormonal fatigue. Or maybe falling asleep isn't the issue, but staying asleep is. You drift off at first, only to wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning completely alert. Your heart's not racing, you're not thinking about anything specific, you just can't go back to sleep. That's often because your body released a hit of cortisol at the wrong time, jolting you awake when you should be in deep rest. Then there's the classic afternoon crash. Around 2 p.m. or 3 p.m., your brain gets foggy, your eyelids get heavy, and your energy just plummets. So what do? You reach for coffee, sugar, maybe both. And sure, it gives you a temporary boost, but what it's really doing is pushing your adrenals even harder, draining what little reserve they have left. Over time, this constant stress response cycle begins to affect more than just your sleep. You may notice changes in your mood, more irritability, anxiety, even sadness. Things that used to feel easy suddenly feel overwhelming. You might forget simple things, like why you walked into a room or what you were about to say. Weight gain, especially around the belly, is another major clue. When cortisol is high at the wrong times, your body stores fat even if your diet hasn't changed. You might also crave salt more than usual, get lightheaded when standing up, or feel like you're just off but can't quite explain why. And the most frustrating part? When you go to your doctor, they might tell you everything looks normal. Your labs are fine, your thyroid is okay, your iron levels are in range, but deep down, you know this is not normal for you. Something has shifted. Something is off. That's because adrenal fatigue doesn't always show up on a standard blood test. It's not an emergency, but it's a signal, a slow burning warning that your body is overwhelmed and your sleep is paying the price. So if you're waking up tired, crashing in the afternoon, wired at night, or feeling like no amount of sleep ever feels like enough, it's time to stop blaming your mattress, your age, or your bedtime habits. The problem might not be your sleep. The problem might be your stress and how your body is trying to survive it. But the good news is, once you recognize these signs, you can start making changes. You can take pressure off your adrenals. You can begin to reset your rhythm, and you can start sleeping again, not just longer, but deeper, calmer, better. In the next part of this video, we'll talk about the root causes, the hidden things you're doing every day that are keeping your body in overdrive and silently stealing your sleep. Now let's talk about what's actually causing this imbalance. Because adrenal fatigue doesn't happen overnight. It builds slowly, quietly through the choices we make each day, often without even realizing it. One of the biggest culprits is sleep deprivation itself. We live in a world that glorifies hustle, late nights, pushing through. Rest is seen as a luxury, not a necessity. Maybe you stay up scrolling your phone, maybe you work late, or maybe you're just wired and can't shut down even when you want to. Every night you delay sleep, every morning you wake up groggy, your adrenals lose a little more rhythm, and over time they forget when they're supposed to be active and when they're supposed to be quiet. Another major factor is caffeine. Don't get me wrong, coffee in moderation isn't the enemy, but when you start needing it just to function, when your day doesn't begin without it, when you need a second or third cup just to stay alert, that's a sign your adrenals are overworked. Caffeine triggers cortisol. It gives you energy by simulating stress, And the more you rely on it, the more you train your body to stay in that fight or flight state, even when it should be resting. Then there's sugar, and not just the obvious kind. I'm talking about hidden sugars in snacks, sauces, even so-called healthy foods. When you eat too much sugar, or go too long without eating, your blood sugar spikes and crashes, and every one of those crashes is seen by your body as an emergency. Your adrenals kick in to stabilize you over and over again. That roller coaster makes it almost impossible for your system to feel calm enough to sleep deeply. But it's not just about what you eat or drink, it's about how you live. Emotional stress, like relationship tension, loneliness, grief, financial worries, can be just as damaging as physical stress. Your brain doesn't know the difference. Whether you're running from danger or replaying an argument in your head, your adrenals react the same way. Then add screen time. Blue light from phones and TVs confuses your brain. It tells your body it's still daytime, even when it's 10 p.m. Your melatonin production is blocked, your cortisol stays high, and you lie there, exhausted but alert, wondering why you can't fall asleep. And let's not forget about overcommitment. Always saying yes, always taking care of others, never taking time to pause. It wears on you. Your nervous system never gets a break, and even though you might think you're just busy, your adrenals are screaming for rest. When all of these things pile up, poor sleep, too much caffeine, erratic blood sugar, emotional stress, constant stimulation, your body loses its natural rhythm. The cortisol curve flattens or flips completely, and the system that's supposed to protect you starts sabotaging your rest. But here's the powerful truth. If your habits created this imbalance, new habits can fix it. If stress broke your rhythm, healing can restore it. In the next part of this video, we'll show you exactly how to do that. Simple, natural changes that support your adrenals, rebalance your hormones, and help you finally fall asleep and stay asleep without forcing it. Now that you understand what's been keeping you up at night, let's talk about what you can do starting today to begin restoring your natural sleep rhythm. And I want you to know, this isn't about strict rules or complicated routines. It's about reconnecting with what your body already knows how to do, rest. The first step is to create consistency. Your body loves rhythm. It craves predictability. So try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. That one change alone can reset your internal clock more powerfully than any pill. And no, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just aim for a general window and stick to it. Second, wind down with intention. You can't expect your brain to go from chaos to calm in 5 minutes. Give yourself a sleep runway. About an hour before bed, start dimming the lights. Turn off bright overheads. Put your phone away. Choose something slow and quiet, like journaling, soft music, gentle stretching, or simply sitting in silence. Tell your nervous system, it's okay to slow down now. Next, think about your environment. Is your room cool, dark, and quiet? Temperature matters. The body sleeps best in a slightly cooler space around 65 to 68 degrees. Darkness matters too. Even a tiny light from a charger or alarm clock can disrupt melatonin production. If needed, use blackout curtains or an eye mask. And for sound, try a white noise machine. Or complete silence, if that's better for you. Then, consider your evening habits. Avoid caffeine after noon. Skip heavy sugary meals before bed. Instead, choose something light and calming like a warm herbal tea or a handful of almonds. And if your mind tends to race the moment your head hits the pillow, try writing down your thoughts before bed. Just 5 minutes of brain dumping can help clear the mental clutter so your mind doesn't have to hold on to it all night. You might also benefit from calming practices like deep breathing. A simple 4-7-8 breath. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8, can signal to your nervous system that it's time to rest. Gentle yoga stretches, guided meditations, or even placing your hand over your heart and taking a few slow breaths can shift your body out of stress mode and into healing. And most importantly, release the pressure to sleep perfectly. The more you fight with your sleep, the more resistance you create. Instead, be kind to yourself. Remind your body that it's safe, that you don't need to be on right now, that nothing is chasing you, that rest is allowed. You're not broken. You're just tired. And when your body feels safe, sleep comes naturally. In the next part of this video, we'll explore how nutrition, hydration, and specific nutrients can support your adrenals, giving your system the fuel it needs to not just survive the night, but truly recover. If your body is a system, then food is the input. And when it comes to sleep and adrenal health, what you eat and when you eat can either restore your energy or quietly wear you down. So let's talk about the nutrients that matter most when you're trying to fall asleep naturally and keep your hormones in balance. First, magnesium. This mineral is like a calming switch for your muscles and your nervous system. Without enough magnesium, your body has trouble relaxing, your muscles stay tense, your brain stays alert, and sleep feels impossible. You can get magnesium naturally from foods like spinach, pumpkin seeds, avocados, and dark chocolate, or you can take it as a gentle supplement, preferably in the form of magnesium glycinate or citrate, which are easier to absorb and less likely to upset your stomach. Next is vitamin C. Most people only think of it for immunity, but vitamin C is essential for adrenal function. Your adrenal glands actually contain some of the highest concentrations of vitamin C in your body. They use it to produce cortisol, so when you're stressed, your reserves drop fast. Replenishing with foods like bell peppers, kiwi, oranges, or a quality supplement can help bring your cortisol back into balance. Then we have B vitamins, especially B5, B6, and B12. These are your energy vitamins. They support everything from mood to metabolism to hormone regulation. When you're low in B vitamins, your body struggles to convert food into usable energy, and your stress response becomes exaggerated. Whole grains, eggs, leafy greens, and grass-fed meats are excellent natural sources, but if your digestion isn't optimal, a methylated B-complex supplement may help. Don't forget about healthy fats. Your hormones are made from cholesterol and fat. That means you need quality fats in your diet to support hormone production and regulation. Think olive oil, coconut oil, wild-caught salmon, chia seeds, and avocados. These fats don't just nourish your cells, they help stabilize blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and support long-lasting energy without crashes. Speaking of blood sugar, stability is key. When your blood sugar drops too low during the night, it can trigger a cortisol spike, waking you up suddenly. To prevent this, make sure your dinners are balanced with protein, fiber, and a little healthy fat. Avoid going to bed hungry. And if you tend to wake up between 2 and 4 a.m., consider a small protein-rich snack before bed, like a spoonful of almond butter or a boiled egg. Now, let's talk about herbs. Adaptogens like ashwagandha, rhodiola, and holy basil have been used for centuries to help the body adapt to stress. They don't sedate you, they support you. They help regulate cortisol, calm your nervous system, and improve your resilience over time. But remember, not all herbs are right for everyone. It's best to work with a qualified practitioner who understands adrenal health and can help you choose what's right for your needs. Finally, hydration. It sounds simple, but even mild dehydration can affect your cortisol rhythm. The hormone aldosterone, also produced by your adrenals, helps regulate fluid balance. When it's off, you may feel dizzy, lightheaded, or tired, so sip water throughout the day, not just when you're thirsty. And consider adding a pinch of sea salt or a few electrolyte drops to support absorption, especially if you're sweating, drinking caffeine, or under stress. These aren't miracle fixes, they're foundations. Because when your body is nourished, your hormones feel safer, and when your hormones are stable, sleep becomes easier, deeper, and more restorative. In the next part of this video, we'll talk about movement, emotional care, and the power of slowing down. Because healing your adrenals isn't just about nutrition, it's about how you live, how you breathe, and how you treat yourself. You can eat all the right foods, take all the right supplements, and still struggle with sleep if your lifestyle is constantly keeping you in survival mode. Because rest isn't just physical, it's emotional, it's energetic, and to truly recover your sleep, you have to look at how you're living, moment to moment, breath to breath. Let's begin with movement. Your body was made to move, but not to be pushed past its limit. If you've been relying on high-intensity workouts or long cardio sessions to feel accomplished, now is the time to slow down. When your adrenals are taxed, intense exercise can actually increase cortisol instead of helping it. What you need is gentle, consistent movement, like walking in nature, like yoga, tai chi, or simple stretching. These movements calm the nervous system, improve circulation, and gently reset your rhythm without overwhelming your body. Then there's stillness. In modern life, we've forgotten how to be still, how to sit without a screen, how to breathe without multitasking, how to do nothing and not feel guilty about it. But your body remembers, and even just 5 minutes of quiet, undistracted presence each day can begin to shift your entire stress response. Sit by a window, close your eyes, feel your breath, and simply be. Next, emotional boundaries. How many times have you said yes when you meant no? How often do you ignore your needs so someone else can feel comfortable? When you constantly override your own limits, your body doesn't feel safe. And when your body doesn't feel safe, it won't rest. So start checking in with yourself. Say no without guilt. Protect your time. Let go of relationships or obligations that drain you. You are allowed to choose peace. And don't underestimate the power of your thoughts. Your body hears everything you say to yourself. When you call yourself lazy or broken or not enough, your nervous system reacts. It tightens, it braces, it prepares for danger. But when you speak kindly to yourself, when you say, "I'm doing my best," or "I deserve rest," or "my body is healing," your system softens, your adrenals loosen their grip, and your sleep becomes easier. Sometimes the most powerful healing doesn't come from doing more, but from doing less. From unplugging, from pausing, from saying, "Today I rest." Because rest is not weakness, rest is not laziness, rest is what allows your body to repair, to grow, to come back into balance. So if you've been running, pushing, striving, trying to earn your right to sleep, stop. You don't have to earn rest, you are already worthy of it. In the final part of this video, we'll bring it all together. We'll talk about how to make this healing sustainable, how to build true resilience, and how to stay grounded so you don't just fix your sleep for now, but for life. Recovery isn't the end of your journey, it's the beginning of a new relationship with your body, with your breath, with your rest. Because once you understand that your sleep was never broken, just disrupted, you begin to reclaim the rhythm that was always meant for you. You now know what your adrenals do. You've learned how stress, emotional, physical, even digital, can throw your entire system off track. You've seen the symptoms for what they really are, not personal failures, not signs of weakness, but signals, gentle reminders from your body saying, "I need care." And most importantly, you now know how to respond. But with structure, but softness, with boundaries, but grace, with nourishment, presence, and a new kind of patience. Healing adrenal fatigue and restoring deep, natural sleep doesn't happen in one night, but it does happen one quiet choice at a time. When you choose to go to bed instead of staying up late to scroll, when you pause for a breath before saying yes to something that drains you, when you give your body what it needs, not just what it craves. And you will have moments when you slip, when stress gets loud, when sleep gets short. That's okay, because now you know how to come back. You know the early signs. You know how to reset. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being present, listening, adjusting, coming home to your rhythm over and over again. And if there's one message I hope you carry from this video, it's this. You are not broken. You are not lazy. You are not meant to live in a fog of fatigue and frustration. You are made to rest. You could rise, to sleep peacefully, and wake up feeling whole. So take this knowledge with you. Let it change how you treat your evenings, your mornings, your nervous system, your expectations. You don't need more stimulation. You need more safety, more softness, more space. Sleep is not just something you chase at night. It's something you prepare for all day long, with every meal, every breath, every boundary, every moment of self-care. So tonight, when you lie down, put your hand on your heart, take a deep breath, and remind your body you're safe. You're hearing that, so you can rest now.